our objective for today is I can solve word problems using a number bond. So yesterday we solved our word problems using pictures and drawing them. So today we're going to practice trying it with a number bond. So when we look at our first example, remember a number bond has the three circles. So it has the whole and then it has the two parts coming off of it. So this would be the whole and then this would be one part and this would be the other part. So as we're reading through our problem, we will plug in the different parts and holes into our number bond to help us solve it. But our first step is to just read our story problem. So it says, Victoria drew 9 pictures on Saturday. She drew 7 pictures on Sunday. How many pictures did she draw in all? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read back one sentence at a time to figure out where to plug those numbers into my number bond. So my first sentence says, Victoria drew 9 pictures on Saturday. So I have to ask myself, is that 9? Is that a total? Is that a sum? Or would that just be a part of something? Well, I know since they're talking about Saturday and Sunday, the Saturday, the 9 pictures is just going to be one part. So I'm going to put my 9 into one of my parts. Now let's read my next sentence. It says, she drew 7 pictures on Sunday. Again, I ask myself, would that be the total or is that just going to be another part? Well, that's not our whole, that's just another part. So I'm going to put that in our other circle. So I see that I filled up my 2 parts. So my question is going to be asking me about the whole. So it says, how many pictures did she draw in all? So just like yesterday, our in all is a clue that we're missing the sum of something. We're going to be adding. And I know with number bonds, when I'm missing the whole, I have to add my 2 parts together in order to get my sum. So my number sentence is 9 plus 17, adding my 2 parts together, equals 16. All right, let's try another one. This one says, Zach and his sister went to the pumpkin patch. Zach got a pumpkin that cost $21. His sister got a pumpkin that cost $14. How much money did they spend on pumpkins in all? All right, so here's my number bond. Let's go back and let's read sentence by sentence and start plugging in information into my number bond. My first sentence says Zach and his sister went to the pumpkin patch. Do I have any information from that I need to plug in? No, I don't. It's just telling me a little bit about the story. So my second sentence says Zach got a pumpkin that cost $21. So think to yourself, $21. Would that be my whole? Or is that just a part? I know that that's just going to be a part because his sister also got one too. So I'm going to plug my $21 into one of my parts. The next sentence says his sister got a pumpkin that cost $14. Would that be the total? Or would that be another part? Again, that's going to be another part. So just like last time, I have my 2 parts filled in, which means I'm missing my whole. And let's look back at my question. How much money did they spend on pumpkins in all? There's my key word in all that's telling me that I'm going to need to use addition. And I also know because when I have my 2 parts, I need to add to find my whole. So my number sentence is 21 plus 14. Now you can solve this however works best for you. If you want to do algorithm, just like I have mine set up here, you can use algorithm. If you'd rather set up a hundreds, tens, and ones chart and either do it with branching or the base 10 blocks, you can do it that way too. Whichever way works best for you. But once you solve this problem, you're going to get your whole. So 21 plus 14 equals 35. So your whole would be 35. All right, are you ready to do one more? This one you are going to do with me. So go ahead and grab your paper, grab your pencil, and go ahead and draw your number bond. Remember, your number bond is going to have 3 circles, and the whole is going to be connected to the 2 parts. All right, now that you have your number bond drawn, I will read the problem to you. It says, Jesse scored 42 points in the game. Braden scored 25 more points than Jesse. How many points did Braden score? All right, so now let's go back and let's reread that first sentence to see if we have any information to plug in. It says Jesse scored 42 points in the game. So is that going to be the total or is that just a part? Go ahead and plug it into the number bond where you think it should go. Hopefully you plugged it into one of the parts. And you could plug it into either side, this one or this one. They can be flip-flopped. All right, let's read the next sentence. Braden scored 25 more points than Jesse. Go ahead and plug that part into our number bond. Would that be another part or would that be the whole? All right, hopefully you knew that that would be another part. So this problem is really similar to our problem we did yesterday with Isabella and Lily and the bracelets, because you'll notice that Jesse scored some, and then Braden scored 25 more than that. Just like Lily had some bracelets and Isabella had more. So again, I'm looking for my total. How many points did Braden have? So this whole represents how many Braden had. And so just like before, with my number bonds, if I have my 2 parts, I know that I need to add those together to get my whole. So my number sentence would be 42 plus 25. Go ahead and solve this problem and then come back and check your answer with me. Did you get a total of 67? Hopefully you did. So Braden scored a total of 67 points. That would be 25 more than what Jesse scored. All right, now it's time for some independent practice, and you do have a worksheet today to turn into Edgenuity. And the directions say solve the word problems by drawing a picture or a number bond. Make sure to include your number sentence and answer. So there's 2 different problems that you can do, and you can decide if you want to draw a picture or if you want to solve it using a number bond. Now, when I'm looking at these 2, I see this one has some small numbers, just 7 and 8. That would be pretty easy to draw. But as I'm looking at these 2 down here, this one has 24 and 32. I'm thinking if I draw a picture for that problem, my picture might take an awful lot of space. So that may not be the best one to draw a picture for. Generally, I only draw pictures if my answer is going to be like 20 or less. Otherwise, it's really hard to stay organized. So I would suggest maybe doing a picture for this first one and a number bond for the second one. But you can decide how you would like to do it. And then when you're finished, just turn it in.